that when I'm coming to a business school, what should I really focus upon? So I thought let's talk about leadership, but let's talk about leadership in the way I did it, because I consider myself as not being a born leader, but I learned it on the go. And I'll tell you those 10 principles of leadership. Interestingly, I was talking to Sir a while back about my G20 experience, where it has happened for the first time that India has designed a principle which will be adopted, or set of principles which will be adopted by the world. So I think this 10 number has some relation. So similarly, I thought let's have some 10 leadership skills that everybody needs or should have in an organization, and how I learned it through my experience, navigating the challenges. So ये मैंने बहुत जल्दी सीख लिया था अपनी life में that in order to excel in something you need to understand the perspective of others. जैसे आप लोगों को भी लग रहा होगा कि सर कुछ बता रहे हैं, maybe you will not relate, some of you will relate to it, some of you will not relate to it, but that is what empathy is. Empathy means understanding somebody else's perspective also किसी issue को लेके. And empathy, generally क्या होता है, there are two common similar words which means sympathy and empathy. Sympathy is more of a narrow approach. Empathy is when you try and understand the other person's situation, being in their shoes also. So जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे फोटो दिखाई, तो मेरी थोड़ी ना स्टोरी हमेशा से पिक्टोग्राफिक रही है, and that is what I also use in my teaching skills as also, and how I differentiate my storytelling abilities is that I have always been a good storyteller. So I use a lot of images, and that kind of connects people. So the first photograph that you see is during COVID pandemic. I was working in the district administration. My background, as you have been kind enough to introduce me, has been computer science engineering. Then I did my MBA. All of those set aside, वो सब चीजें काम आती हैं, बट सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी चीज जो काम आएगी जिंदगी में कि आप में कितनी एम्पैथी है दूसरों के प्रति, आप दूसरे की सिचुएशन कितना बेहतर समझ सकते हैं. The first photo is of the district administration tweeting about how we ran a drive for vaccination of COVID, giving preference to transgenders. Now, obviously, there is a certain discrimination, even though despite of the Supreme Court judgment against a certain community. So we thought that let's focus on an initiative, because उन लोगों को vaccination मिल ही नहीं रही थी COVID में, and what was the situation during the first and second wave of COVID. So we thought let's then reach out to them. And the second and third photographs you see are way back. Whenever I go, I always take out time to spend time with students, to understand them better, to understand their situations better, so that I can learn from their experiences and maybe they can learn from mine. That is what empathy is. It is more about give and take also, that you try and understand somebody else's situation. And in leadership, this is one of the most important things that leaders miss out on. They think that whatever they are thinking is the right approach, and somehow they are a little inconsiderate towards somebody else's situation. So first principle, irrespective of how good you are, how brilliant you are, how enigmatic you are, or how well of an executioner you are, the first thing that you should always have in your life is you should be more empathetic.